I'm the rightful heiress. The moment I returned home, my supposed brother mocked me. I couldn't care less about blood relations. Do you honestly believe someone as broke as you could be my sibling? Then he hit another elegantly dressed girl behind him. Luna is the only sister I recognize. Don't even think about trying to outdo her for anything. I was speechless. Like, dude, what's your deal? Have you ever thought that maybe you were the one mixed up at birth? My name's Maya. I spent 18 years in an orphanage before discovering I'm the successor to the Parker conglomerate. The Parkers were involved in charity work when they spotted me, and I bore a striking resemblance to Mrs. Parker. They got suspicious and ran a DNA test. Turns out, I'm their biological daughter. At the hospital, my real parents embraced me, crying their hearts out. Suddenly, I saw a line of text floating in the air. Is this the start of the real versus fake heiress saga? Watch the heroine reclaim her true place, dethrone the imposter, and take back everything that's hers. Who's the actual heroine here? If the real heiress is harsh, maybe the fake one is the protagonist. Stop debating. Whoever remains is the main lady. These words flashed like subtitles, only visible to me. It felt like an unseen audience was watching our every move. A question mark slowly formed above my head. From the subtitles, it seemed I'm the true heiress, and there's a fake one who took my spot. Only one can be the leading lady between us. So, are we actually battling for the Parker family inheritance? If my real parents can't see straight and favor the fake daughter, I won't stay to be mistreated. But then again, their favoritism isn't worth much. Although the Parker family does seem pretty well off. If it comes down to it, I might have to fight for it. Sweetie, you've been through enough. Dad and Mom will make it up to you. Honestly, I didn't feel much for these biological parents I just met, given that we were switched at birth. Who did you take home back then? At this, Dad and Mom looked a bit uneasy. Dad explained, there's another girl at home, Luna. It was probably a hospital mix-up that caused the confusion, but it's not Luna's fault. She's young, and we haven't found her real parents. So we can't just toss her out. Mom nodded in agreement. The Parkers raised her for over a decade, but don't worry, Maya. You're our biological child, and we won't let you be wronged. We also won't force you to like her. Once she's older, she can move out. I nodded. Their offer seemed fair. On the way to the Parker house, more subtitles appeared. I think both girls are innocent. Can't they just be sisters? Do they have to fight it out? Come on, Luna stole Maya's identity and made her suffer all these years. Where's the innocence in that? The subtitles kept debating the relationship between me and the fake heiress. Some hoped I wouldn't compete with Luna and would forgive her. Others thought I was the victim and should seek revenge. Luna did take my identity and enjoyed everything meant for me for years. I'm human too. I get jealous and hold grudges. As long as she doesn't mess with me, I won't chase her. We could just ignore each other, but there's no way I'm pretending we're besties. On the way back to the Parker house, Mom grabbed my hand. Maya, tomorrow Dad and I will take you to register your name. The old one is too basic. You want to change it? She remembered Luna was originally meant for their biological daughter. How about naming you Zoe? You're the precious child we got back. Goosebumps covered me, and I quickly waved my hand. No, Zoe sounds cute, but it feels like a name that suggests needing to be coddled. I don't like it. How about switching it to Jay? I suggested. I want to shine like the sun. Mom's face froze a bit, and Dad awkwardly chuckled. What? I didn't get it. Your brother's name is Jay. Never mind, I'll stick with Maya. It's just a label anyway. In the Parker family living room, a guy and a girl approached me, looking my age. Dad and Mom had already briefed them over the phone. Maya, this is Luna. Luna, Maya just came home as her older sister. Take care of her. Luna looked impeccably dressed, clearly spoiled like a socialite. Her eyes were red, clearly from crying. But why does she look so young? She forced a smile, tentatively taking my hand. Hey, Maya. I awkwardly nodded. The guy next to her looked annoyed. Luna greeted you. Why are you so cold? Dad shot him a glare, scolding. Shut up, brat. That's your sister. Mom added. Maya, this is your brother. I nodded. Oh, so he's the one named Jay. Without letting me speak, the guy kept his superior tone. You think you can be my sister? I don't have a sibling who looks so shabby. I have no feelings for you, even if we're related by blood. With that, he pulled Luna behind him. I'm telling you, Luna's the only sister I'll have. Don't try to bully her or take anything from her. Dad immediately slapped him. You say one more word, like it or not. Maya is our biological daughter, Mom chimed in. If you don't want the sister, fine, but we owe it to her to make up for what she's been through. I quickly grabbed Mom's hand. Dad, Mom, I'm fine. Hearing this, Mom held me tightly for the first time since I called them Mom and Dad from the hospital. Enough. Suddenly, Luna's voice cut through the chaotic argument. She started by apologizing to me. I'm sorry, I just found out today that I'm not Mom and Dad's biological daughter. I'm sorry I took away your life. As she spoke, tears welled up in her eyes. She quickly wiped them away and said, Brother, the things I have now don't really belong to me. You can't do this to Maya. She's already having a tough time. Luna said this while taking off her expensive necklace and watch and put them on me. There was a flicker of pain in her eyes. She didn't want to part with them, but felt guilty keeping them. Things that don't belong to me, I won't fight for them. Dad, Mom, Maya, I've decided. After the school year starts, I'll live in the dorms, and when I turn 18, I'll leave for good. Please keep me around just a little longer. Cheap old bro couldn't handle it. Luna, you don't have to do this. We've had so many years of relationship. I'd like to see who dares make you leave. He glanced at me with a knowing look. Brother, it's not about being kicked out or not. I'm the extra one here. From start to finish, Luna was calm and poised, acting appropriately at all times. It was tough to accept, but she embraced her identity, watching the daughter they'd loved for over a decade. Dad and Mom were also heartbroken, but they knew this was the best solution. They'd ensure Luna lived well out there, but they couldn't keep her there and wrong their biological daughter. Everyone looked so emotional and helpless. So I slowly raised my hand. Hey, hold up a sec. They all looked at me. Luna, right? How old are you now? Luna sniffed. 16? Only 16, I exclaimed, shocked. Then I pointed to Jay. What about him? Mom replied. Your brother's almost 18. Wow, maybe I looked younger because I wasn't as well nourished. Or maybe since I'm a girl, they subconsciously thought it was a girl they mixed up at birth. Or maybe since I'm a girl, they subconsciously thought it was a girl they mixed up at birth. I frowned. I'm also 18, Dad. Mom, Luna, I muttered. So maybe we got something wrong here. I already had a DNA test done, but Luna and Jay hadn't. What nonsense are you talking about? It's you who got the age wrong, right? Jay was getting uneasy. The living room fell silent. After a long pause, Dad was the first to speak. Luna, Jay, you too. Dad, Jay interrupted. This can't be. Who knows what tricks Maya pulled? Don't be fooled by her. I couldn't even. Come on, bro. What's with the attitude? You were just saying you didn't recognize me. Is it possible that you are the one who got mixed up? And you're dissing yourself the whole time? Jay turned red from my words. Luna looked like she was on an emotional roller coaster, just when she was coping with not being the real deal. It seemed her brother wasn't either. All right, let's all do a DNA test. Luna calmly plucked a few strands of her hair. There was nothing she couldn't accept anymore. As for Jay, whether he liked it or not, he would do the test too. Finally, the truth came out. Luna was the Parkers' biological daughter, and Jay and I were the ones who got swapped. Jay was pale and speechless, climbed the stairs, and retreated to his room in despair. I rolled my eyes. How rude! Jay couldn't handle it as well as Luna. Mom sighed. Give Jay some time. He just can't accept it right now. Mom was pregnant with her first child at her parents'. Then an earthquake hit, and she had an early delivery. Rescue workers placed her and some other pregnant women in the same area. In all that chaos, things got mixed up, which led to Jay and me being swapped. The truth is being investigated, but rumors say Jay's biological parents might be gone. Otherwise, I wouldn't have ended up in an orphanage. Luna giggled to herself, slowly sitting next to me. She reached out, took off the necklace from around my neck, and reclaimed her watch. Still mine, she laughed dumbly, showing her big teeth. She suddenly looked up at me and felt a bit embarrassed. Sis, no, big sis, I've used these already. If you like them, we'll ask Mom and Dad to buy you new ones. As she said this, she bumped her hip against mine playfully. We're not short on cash. We can buy more, right? I raised an eyebrow, thinking how ridiculous it was. So this was her true self, not the mature, composed front she was putting on earlier. Mom rolled her eyes by my side, full of regret. Shouldn't have given birth. The long-gone comment section suddenly popped back up. Wow, where's this heading? True heiress? Fake son? This is good. No more worrying the sisters will fight to the death. And now there's a spoiled hot brother. What bliss, and not necessarily a brother, right? Since there's no blood relation. My brain slowly formed a question mark. When Luna was thought of as the fake heir, the comments were a mess about our relationship. Either we hated each other, or we coexisted peacefully after I let go of resentment. Luna, as the perceived benefactor, struggled for everyone's forgiveness. Now it's Jay in that position, and everyone easily accepted it. Why, Dad, Mom? What now? I asked. Dad looked up the stairs and sighed. Jay was, after all, the son he had high hopes for and raised carefully. Mom was quite cheerful. I thought Luna wasn't my daughter. Now I have two precious daughters, and I don't have to give up either. Luna's sis has been through a lot out there. We need to be extra nice to her, okay? Luna nodded, smiling sweetly. I never imagined having a sister. Tomorrow, I'll take her shopping and get her plenty of dresses and pretty jewelry. I smiled, not knowing what to say. Luna seemed spoiled, yet sincerely simple-minded, a product of the Parkers' pampering. The Parkers were stricter with Jay. Dad even slapped him once. Dad and Mom really loved their daughters. However, when they found out they had to send their daughter away, they looked heartbroken, yet didn't force her to stay. Now the same thing is happening with Jay, but no one mentions his staying or going. It's like they easily overlooked him, but I don't want to let it go just like that. Mom, Dad, what about Jay? What's going to happen to him? Mom glanced upstairs and sighed. Even though Jay isn't our biological son, we've raised him for so many years. Having an older brother to look out for you and Luna makes us feel at ease. After all, you and Luna will eventually get married when we're gone. If you face trouble, there'll be a family to support you. I frowned, but Jay seems to dislike me, and he even insulted me. I don't like him either, Dad explained. That's because he's not used to the idea of someone else besides Luna as his sister. He feels guilty towards you now that he knows about his past. Don't worry, Maya. If that brat dares to bully you, I'll give him a good beating, Mom said while she raised her hand as if she was ready to smack Jay. I believe she really would. Dad and Mom have always been strict with Jay, unlike their loving approach with Luna. Is this the Parker family's way of showing different types of love for daughters and sons? They spoil their daughters and set expectations for their sons. Silence filled the air, but I could sense the tension. Some seem to think Maya feels wronged, so of course Jay feels guilty. He'll make up for it. People assume Jay will become one of those overbearing CEOs who will dot on his little sister. And here I am, not pushing for Jay to leave, because the Parkers are still mostly led by Dad and Mom. Jay has lived with them for many years, sharing deep bonds. Forcing him out might upset them. They had a sit down with Jay and brought him back to us. His attitude towards me had changed. Maya, it was my fault today. I shouldn't have yelled at you. I blinked and tried to muster some tears. But you were so harsh. I was really hurt. Your clothes are so nice. They seem expensive. Meanwhile, I had to wear plain outfits in the orphanage. I wish I had parents by my side. Mom was clearly moved. Maya, tomorrow we'll go shopping. You can pick whatever you want. Thanks, Mom. Jay gritted his teeth and held my hand earnestly. I'm sorry, if I had a choice at birth, I wouldn't take your place. But what's done is done. I'll be a good brother and make up for all you've missed. He sounded genuinely remorseful, nothing like the guy who shouted at me earlier, but his eyes still showed traces of resentment. Why can't I be the older sister? I suddenly asked. Jay seemed a bit unsettled, but stayed silent. Mom intervened. It doesn't matter. Jay, as an older brother, can take care of his sister. I didn't mull over it too much, smiling. All right, brother. While Jay remained in the Parker family, Dad announced our history to the public, making Jay their adopted son. Since I didn't have my room sorted out, Mom asked me to stay with Luna for the night. Luna hadn't said a word, seeming out of sorts. What's up? I asked. She forced a smile, offering no reply, pushing further. You've lived here all your life. Are Mom and Dad and your brother good to you? She nodded. Of course. They've always loved me. My brother spoils me too. They've given me whatever I've asked for since childhood. Luna is trying to show off. Doesn't she realize Maya had it rough? She went from being the solo princess of the Parkers to having a big sister who might take away the attention of the parents and brother. Why fuss over it? You've had years of luxury. Why not share a little love with your sister? The commenters reacted harshly towards Luna. Though both of us are their biological daughters, people seem to assume we'd be rivals. Luna seemed to recall my past struggles, nervously adding, Maya, it wasn't intentional. Sis, I didn't mean it like that. Please don't be mad. Mom and Dad will definitely make it up to you. We all love you because you're my sister after all. I laughed and shook my head. You're my little sister. Why would I be mad? It seems like you're the one who's unhappy. She shook her head. I'm not upset. Luna did notice the difference in how our parents treated her compared to Jay. It left her feeling a bit down, but reminding herself of their love growing up and her brother's fierce protection today. She figured she shouldn't dwell on it. I pondered over the dynamics of the Parker family. If there were a hierarchy, Dad and Mom are on top, while Luna and I are below. Those below rely on those above, but they're our parents. Our possessions are theirs to give. Jay is the real issue. Even though he's not biologically a Parker, he's still in a superior position. A brother should dot on his sister. A brother should protect his position. A brother should dot on his sister. A brother should protect his sister. A brother shouldn't bully his sister. Spoiling, protecting, bullying, they're all imposed on us by him. I suspect the Parkers see Jay as their heir. One daughter spoiled and sheltered from the world. Another who spent years away, possibly softened by circumstances. Jay is the carefully nurtured heir. The Parkers wouldn't just discard him. It just feels unjust, both heirs of the Parkers. And while Luna has always had family love, Maya has struggled. One beloved, the other pitted, but no attention for Jay, the invisible. He's had 18 years just like Luna, yet Luna enjoyed rightful love, while Jay took Maya's spot. I rolled my eyes at the thought. No point in engaging with pointless comments. They always see me and Luna as rivals. People at the top have it easy, controlling most of the resources, like Jay. Do those at the bottom really have to fight tooth and nail for their favor? Even if they do, it'd be against someone like Jay. To make my identity official, the Parker family threw a recognition party for me. I wasn't familiar with the crowd of second-generation rich kids, so Mom asked Luna to introduce me to some friends. Oh my gosh, isn't Luna going to get her squad to isolate Maya? That's how it usually goes in those fake heir stories. Someone upstairs went off the deep end. Luna's not a fake heir. Chill, those girls are really easy to get along with. They're Luna's friends, and I'm Luna's sister. Luna likes me, so naturally, they'd also be friendly towards me. But Jay's group of friends? I could hear them gossiping from a distance. Wow, Jay, didn't expect you're not a blood Parker. Whether he's blood-related or not doesn't matter. The Parkers keeping him around means they are planning on handing over the Parker group to him. True? Don't tell me you're pinning hopes on Jay, rather than some princess or that orphanage bumpkin. Luna heard them too. She's never been one to hold back. So she charged over immediately. Sam, who are you calling a princess? And you insult my sister. You're the real bumpkin. You and your whole family. The guy, Sam, just grinned. No need to get mad. You're not a princess. You're a little princess. Jay intervened. Sam was just joking. What's up with Jay? I thought he was supposed to be the ultimate sister bubbler. Sisterly love is way stronger. Luna at least speaks up for Maya. Sam, apologize to my sister now. Sorry, I said something I shouldn't have. Sam glanced at Luna, then turned his gaze to me. You're Maya. I nodded, saying nothing. He sized me up from head to toe, making me feel super uncomfortable. Both Parker family heirs, yet such a difference. Luna looks all pretty and delicate, and you look like a bean sprout. Luna glared. What nonsense. Sis, don't listen to him. You're just too thin. I'll make you soup every day. I smirked. For all being from prestigious families, what a difference. My brother's handsome, and you're just plain ugly. Not only ugly, but also rude, shouting at someone else's party. Sam's face turned from red to white, angrily saying, Who are you calling ugly? I feigned being startled by his volume, covering my ears, still yelling, truly rude. You? Someone nearby stopped him. Come on, Sam. Why are you getting mad at a girl? I remember your family had some engagement planned, right? Now the Parkers have Maya along with Luna. Who's going to be your fiancé? Sam grinned mockingly. Isn't it obvious? Anyone with eyes can tell. He looked between me and Luna, like he was picking out veggies at the market. Brother, look at him! Luna cried out. I also looked at Jay, who hadn't spoken. just sitting there like a statue. Jay calmed her down. Luna, Sam's only joking. Then to me, he said, Maya, the engagement was for Luna back then. Plus, you and Sam don't have feelings. I interrupted him. Are you implying I'd compete with Luna? I glanced at Sam, showing disdain, even given away for nothing. Nobody would pick him. Are you implying I'd compete with Luna? I glanced at Sam, showing disdain, even given away for nothing. Nobody would pick him, right? Sam, humiliated, argued, Maya, who are you talking about? Nobody wants you. I'd choose Luna over you any day. I ignored him, turning to ask, Luna, do they have as much money as us? Pretty much the same, since it's similar. Where does Sam get off judging us? Trash like him thinking he's a king picking a queen. Does he have brothers? You could go pick them. No way. Luna showed disgust. Right. Who'd want someone so uncultured? Stay away from him. We talked loud enough for everyone around us to hear. Laughter spread through the guests, making Sam feel even more embarrassed. He clenched his fists but couldn't make a scene at the Parkers' party. Jay, control your sister. Jay finally clenched his fists but couldn't make a scene at the Parkers' party. Jay, control your sister. Jay finally stepped in. Maya, that's enough. Sam didn't mean it. Feigning innocence, I replied, What's up, brother? Didn't you tell me there's someone in your circle who's ugly, shallow, and loves hitting on girls? That we should stay away. Yeah, for sure, Luna joined in. Jay never said those things, but she didn't mind joining in to bash Sam. You? Jay shouted. When did I say that? I pretended to be shocked. Oh, you weren't talking about Sam then. So who were you talking about? Is there anyone uglier? As I looked around, pretending to seek out the ugliest person, Sam got angrier. Jay, you're bad-mouthing me behind my back. Sam, I didn't, I chimed in, right? My brother wasn't talking about you. Sam pointed at us, speechless with rage, before storming off. Jay, way to go. Guess my dear brother just lost a buddy. Sam probably didn't completely buy my story. He left partly because he felt guilty. He knew he truly was ugly and rude. Luna leaned over, whispering, Sis, he is ugly. Things got a bit awkward after that. Someone grumbled, Jay, you knew Sam liked Luna, but still trashed him in front of her. I didn't say anything, Maya. When did I say that stuff? Jay glared at me. I was startled. No, you didn't say that, bro. I get it. Brother just wants us to stay away from bad people. Even if the most powerful person comes. This blame still goes to Jay. He leaned in closer and whispered, Maya, what are you plotting? Come on, Jay. Just admit it once you say it. Don't scare your sister. Jay couldn't defend himself. I pulled Luna away silently. Is the engagement thing real? Luna shook her head. Don't listen to him. Our parents did talk about it casually when we were kids, but Sam would often bully me. He even cut my braids, and I really hated him. After Mom took me to confront Sam at his house, Uncle Sam didn't dare talk about the engagement anymore. Only Sam still clings to it, saying he'd marry me when we grow up. Why would Jay still be friends with someone that annoying? Every time Sam bullies me, my brother makes him apologize, but it doesn't really help. I smiled slightly. No worries, next time he bullies you, I'll punch him for you. Guys tend to treat the women around them like resources, without even realizing it. By sacrificing his sister a bit, Jay could become good buddies with Sam's family heir. If he inherits and the families merge, Luna could bring him massive benefits. During the holidays, Mom took me shopping to make up for things. Luna even gave me lots of gifts and shared her prized necklace. I got a taste of the rich life. Before school started, Dad transferred me to a private school so I could attend with Jay and Luna. During breakfast, Jay was concerned about me. The pace at a private school is fast. I'm worried Maya might not keep up. I chuckled. Jay, we're seniors. It's all about review now. I've already learned everything, Dad praised. I've seen Maya's grades. She always ranks in the top 3. We were told that education is the only way for people like us to succeed, so I couldn't slack off. Jay nodded. That's good, but public school education isn't on par with private, so you'll need to try hard to get into a good college. I pretended to be naive. Don't think so. I was in the city's top 10 in the last 7 school joint exams. Dad said my ranking was higher than yours. His face stiffened, barely holding his smile. Really? Maya's that good? If only Luna was as bright. Feeling cornered, he switched the focus to Luna. Jay, talk about your stuff. Why bring me up? Luna hated when people mentioned her grades. Jay was helpless. Your grades are that bad. It's okay to hear a few words. You're not as smart as Maya. Learn from her dedication. Don't just fool around. Fine, fine, I'm dumb, I'm dumb. Sister's the smartest. Luna was obviously upset. Eventually, people noticed something odd. Why does it feel like Jay is setting up a rivalry between Maya and Luna? I agree. If parents treated both daughters fairly, there'd be no competition between Luna and Maya. The Parker family can surely support two daughters. I smirked, finding it amusing. I haven't even done anything. Yet Jay couldn't hold back. Luna doesn't need to be like me. She's great on her own, winning so many dance and music awards. I'm really envious, I complimented her. Luna sheepishly scratched her head. It's pretty simple. If you practice long enough, you can do it too. Simple. I've always been tone deaf since I was little. Even singing nursery rhymes gets all out of tune. It's your talent. Heh, sister's nice to me. Jay just criticizes. Jay laughed awkwardly. That's for your own good. Private schools may have luxurious setups, but the discipline is strict. Students can bring phones, but they must be handed to the box on the teacher's desk before class. There were some familiar faces in class, folks Luna introduced to me. I quickly fit into the new environment. My seatmate was a guy with glasses, looking all scholarly. You're Maya. I nodded. Hi, I saw you at the Parker family party. I frowned, not recalling meeting him at the party, but out of courtesy, I nodded. I remember now. Seen you before. Then what's my name? How am I supposed to know his name? Is it Sam? Yep, Sam. Sorry, I was too busy yelling at Sam to notice you. He shrugged, showing a little smugness. Just kidding, I didn't attend. Don't judge a book by its cover. He's totally not as refined as he looks. I rolled my eyes and stopped engaging. He chuckled and pushed a piece of chocolate towards me. Come on, don't be mad. I'm Leo. I missed the party because I was catching up on homework. I pushed the chocolate back. I'm allergic to chocolate. These are cookies. Really, I'm allergic to those too. Leo had a bunch of snacks. The teacher was teaching. I was listening, and Leo was snacking next to me. The teacher noticed some sneaky movements and walked over. Calmly, Leo stuffed his half-eaten chips back under the desk. I glanced over, amused. The teacher sternly extended a hand toward him. Hand it over. Leo closed his eyes, gritted his teeth, and pulled out a phone from his pocket, handing it over. The teacher took it and left. Leo continued to munch on his chips. I was stunned. Dude, what the? I couldn't believe it. I thought all phones were collected. I have two. Is that the point? I was confused. He'd rather hand over the phone than snacks. Is this what a true foodie is? Leo offered the bag of cookies again. Want some? I accepted. He was genuinely friendly after all. In the first monthly exam, I ranked 5th in the grade. Private school was indeed a step above public school. My birthday was around the corner, which was also Jay's birthday. Dad and Mom planned a celebration. On my birthday, a dress suddenly appeared in my room. I thought Mom got it for me, so I put it on without thinking much. When I went downstairs, I saw the Parker family gathered in the living room. Luna was in the center, frowning, looking down. Dad, sounding annoyed, said, "How did you do worse this time? Your brother and sister both did great." Mom tried to calm him down. Luna's never been great with grades. It's not a big deal. It's her birthday. Let's not argue. Jay had a slight smile. He pretended to be concerned. Luna isn't as smart as Maya. Maybe she needs a tutor. Tutoring won't help. Maya never needed one and still does well. Dad shouted angrily. Luna's eyes were red. My sister's smart and my brother's excellent, but I'm the useless one, right? I'm not eating, she turned to leave but bumped into me. Sis, that dress. Luna's face changed as she spoke. Jay explained. Luna, I got this for Maya. It's her first birthday since she got back and did well in school, so it's a gift. I customized this with a designer. I waited forever. Come on, Luna, you've got a closet full of dresses. Don't fight with Maya over one, Jay said, acting like a good brother. I'm not fighting, it was mine, Luna cried. I cut in, wiping Luna's tears. Sorry, Luna, I didn't know it was yours. I thought Mom left it for me. I'll change, taking Luna's stuff to give to Maya. Jay is up to something. I hate it when women are pitted against each other. Without manipulation, why would sisters fight? I suddenly realized in those inheritance stories, it's always biased parents and brothers pushing girls into a fight. Cruel, right? A dress shouldn't be a big deal. But it was, with everyone upset about Luna's grades. Dad, still mad, glared at Luna and said, "It's just a dress, and you cry after failing again. I think you're focused more on dressing up." Amidst the chaos, Jay slyly disappeared. Still, he smiled at me. "Let's not make a fuss. We can afford another dress." Mom stepped in, pulling Luna close. "Sweetheart, don't cry. Your sister's birthday is today. Let her have it. Mom will order you another just like it." Luna stood there, eyes red, but nodded. I refused. "No, Mom, I don't even like these things." "This is Luna's dress. It should be hers." I took Luna upstairs with me. When I handed her the dress, she sat crying on the bed. "What's wrong?" I asked. She looked away. "Since you came back, Dad, Mom, and Jay are all about you. They don't love me anymore." A headache hit me. Sure enough, trouble is brewing. "I know they want to make it up to you, but I treat you well too. I've shared my favorite jewelry, got you a birthday gift, but this dress is mine. You don't know. I waited so long, and I love it." She sobbed. I sighed. "I know it's your dress. I'm not taking it. Does it matter if you take it? Jay already gave it to you. Even if you give it back, Dad and Mom will think I'm the difficult one. Your grades are amazing, so Dad and Mom favor you, but I'm the failure. I failed math again." She sobbed, blowing her nose. I almost laughed. "What are you laughing at?" She glared. "Is this my fault, Luna?" I asked. "Jay wrongly took your stuff for me. He made a mistake and gets no blame. But we end up fighting. Then our parents think you're being immature and that I'm the troublemaker. Yet Jay looks like the good brother. Luna seemed to have caught on. Why is that fair?" "Yeah, why is it?" I echoed. "And your grades have been bad for a while. Why did Dad just now get mad?" "Because Jay said my math paper was almost blank. Dad thought I did it on purpose, but I'm just bad at it." I looked at the dress and asked, "How much is this dress?" "Over 80 grand. 80? That's expensive." I was shocked, but this is the elite circle. Gotta stay cool. I cleared my throat. "We are fussing over an 80 grand dress. What do you think Dad's birthday gift is for Jay?" Luna and I went downstairs. Dad was calmer. Mom relaxed seeing we didn't fight. I already told Dad off. Why lash out? Sisters don't hold grudges. Just a dress, no matter how pricey. It's not more important than family. I agreed. Mom's right. Anything affecting us sisters isn't worth it. Jay's eyes flickered with guilt, but he stayed silent. I smiled at him, bro. "Giving me Luna's stuff as a gift is so cheap. I got you a watch." He apologized smoothly. "My bad. I thought both of you liked the same things." I shook my head, hinting, "I don't like Luna's stuff, but I might like yours. What then?" He gritted his teeth, though clearly upset. "I'll transfer you money. Pick your own gift." "Thanks, brother. Since I turned 18, Dad and Mom got me a car. Once I finish my college entrance exam and get my license, I can drive it." Dad was worried Luna might get upset and said, "Luna, when you turn 18, we'll get you a car too. We love you both equally. No favoritism here." Luna didn't really care. She gets birthday gifts every year. I smirked. "Dad, what about Jay's gift?" Dad grabbed a document. "I promised him 5% of Parker's shares when he turns 18. What, a car for the daughter, but 5% shares? That dividend could buy endless cars." I was worried about my sisters fighting for Dad's love, but turns out Jay is most spoiled. Yeah, sure, spoil the daughters with love. And give the real assets to the son. I scrunched my eyebrows. "Dad, you said no favoritism. Why don't Luna and I get shares?" "Maya." Jay was nervous, a hint of resentment in his eyes. He waited for this day for a long time, and he wouldn't let anyone ruin it. Since finding out he wasn't a biological child of the Parkers, he felt that everything he had could be taken away. Only the shares gave him security. Love is fleeting, luxury is worthless. Those pricey jewels mean nothing compared to the entire Parker fortune. Only foolish women would fight over such trinkets. What he wanted was the Parker group. So he stirred trouble between Luna and Maya. Even if they won the fight, all they'd get is some meaningless affection and worthless stuff. He was the ultimate winner. Dad opened his mouth, but hadn't spoken. Luna interrupted. "Dad, you are playing favorites. I'm arguing with sister over a dress, and you just hand shares to brother. I want some too. You always say my grades are bad. Give me some shares, and I'll study harder." Dad sighed. "Jay will work for Parker's, and it's tough. He needs the shares to stand firm." I quickly raised my hand. "Dad, I can work for Parker's too. I'm not afraid of hardship. Luna also raised hers. I might not make it into Parker's, but you can give me a little less. Jay finally couldn't hold back. Maya, Luna, running a company is about making money. If you need cash, just ask mom and dad. Our family won't deny you anything. You're the Parker princesses, no need to struggle. Anything you want, brother will buy. Jay isn't wrong. Most people work for rewards. Yet Luna and Maya can relax, get adored, and simply ask for money. Oh, really? Then why don't you hand over your money and spoil me too? Jay's suggestion is tempting, telling us we can get everything without working. But that's just reaching out. Even if the Parkers have plenty of money, we become like pampered pets with no goals, dreams, or choices, just there for amusement. Why should I let Jay have all the Parker resources? I looked serious. Brother, dad, mom. They say great power comes with great responsibility. Have you forgotten my grades are better than Jay's? He's in the 20s. I'm fifth. How can I let him handle everything while I freeload? Dad's sharp eyes scanned deeply. I met his gaze without fear. Dad's a smart businessman. He wouldn't miss my thoughts. He put the document back down. Dad had always groomed the son as the heir. The youngest daughter wasn't capable, and the eldest, me, had been away too long. But now, I was proving to be talented. The son wasn't even their blood. Seeing Dad silent, Jay panicked. Dad, we agreed. Luna didn't give him a chance. She slammed the chopsticks down. I knew it. You favor boys over girls. To you, brother, is the real child. Sister, let's go. Mom, feeling distressed, hugged her. What are you saying? You're both my treasures. Honey, say something. Luna is our pampered baby, and we've owed Maya after all those years apart. No favoritism, okay? And daughters are our real blood. The words slipped before Mom realized the mistake. Jay, I didn't mean it that way. Jay's face turned pale. Mom, I know the Parkers have been good to me. I wouldn't ask for more. I just want to help Dad with the company to protect my sisters. Jay is quite the brother. Sure, hand the shares to the sisters. They'll take care of you. Why should we expect others to care and pamper us? We should never let ourselves be reliant on others. Mom cared about her son too, albeit differently. In her mind, daughters were more fragile. That's why she groomed her son, to ensure when she and Dad are gone, the daughters would have protection and not be bullied. She genuinely wanted the best for Luna and me. In the end, Dad kept the contract. I'll hold on to the shares for now. Jay, Maya, whoever scores better on the college entrance exam, gets the 5% shares. He chose the most capable one. Thanks, Dad. Dad, what about me? Luna asked. Dad sighed dramatically. If you study hard, I'll give you some too. Jay lowered his head, gripping his chopsticks tightly. Everyone finished dinner happy except him. Later, Luna snuck into my bed. Sis, was brother doing it on purpose? I was startled. Her, the dress, he gave it to you on purpose. She didn't need me to answer. She had figured it out already. Honestly, I get it. Dad treats me nicely, but puts more weight on brother. Growing up, I got everything I wanted, but Dad was strict with Jay. He had to earn everything with good grades. At home, everyone just assumed my brother would take over the family business. Even I had no objections. I've always considered myself a bit slow. I patted her head and said, You're not slow. Skills are developed with time. Our parents wanted you to excel in the arts, so they pushed you towards music and dance. But what classes did Jay take when he was little? Luna responded, Math Olympics, go. Dad thinks girls are emotional, suited for humanities and arts, while boys are naturally more logical and should pursue science. I snorted. That's a load of crap. Nothing's innate. People have been saying this for so long that everyone just believes it now. It's because they think boys are logical that they push them towards science. Once trained, they are seen as logical, and thus comes the conclusion that boys are more logical and suited for science. Men took part in civil exams for over 1,300 years, and now they tell me they are better at science. What a joke. Luna, you've always been outstanding. The Parkers led you toward the arts, and you excelled, winning so many awards. Jay was pushed into science, but he never reached his potential, not even as good as me. Luna perked up, feeling indignant. I knew it. I'm a genius, despite them calling me slow. In the darkness, comments flew. I thought this was going to be a competitive story between women, but it's unexpectedly heartwarming. Competitive? It's just a game set by those in power to pit people against each other for crumbs, while they take the big piece of the cake for themselves. Late at night, I went downstairs to get water and got startled by a silhouette. Jay, what's your problem? In the darkness, his face looked even more somber. Maya, what do you want? You've got status, clothes, jewelry, family love. Mom and Dad have given you so much money. Why are you fighting me for the Parker stocks? Fighting for them? I sneered. I'm a Parker daughter. Dad agreed. Why shouldn't I? A woman shouldn't be so ambitious. Just be a sweet little princess like Luna. I can treat you like a sister, be nice to you, whatever you want. I can give it to you. I laughed. What do you mean you'll give me? Aren't you using what belongs to me? You've acted like the owner for too long. I'm being kind by not kicking you out. Fine. He spat the words. You asked for this. Don't regret it. That's when we really went head to head. Since I returned to the Maya house, senior year flew by quickly. I did well on 2 practice exams, consistently in the top 3. During afternoon study hall, I went to the restroom. When I got out, the door wouldn't open. Anyone there? Attempting to kick it down, a bucket of water dumped on me suddenly. Such a low move. Is Maya being bullied now? Before, I'd suspect Luna, but now I think Jay is more likely. I'm suspicious of Jay too. The door was stuck. I was drenched, and my phone was in the classroom. I could only yell, hoping someone would hear. After being trapped for a while, the door opened from the outside. Maya, what happened? It was Leo, got bitten by a dog. He offered me his jacket. Thanks. How'd you know I was here? I was next door and heard shouting. Coincidence? I chuckled. Don't laugh, you're soaking wet. Go change your clothes. I felt a little uneasy. Was that it? When I got my phone, I saw Luna's message. Oh no. I cursed softly. What happened? Leo asked. My sister's locked up. Luna was locked in a storage room, asking me to help get her out. I'd been stuck in the bathroom for who knows how long. I had no idea how she was doing. I rushed to the storage room door and saw Luna being lifted into an ambulance. She was bleeding a lot from her head. Jay was by the ambulance, glaring back at me with spiteful eyes. At the hospital, Luna was still unconscious. I sat beside her, my hands trembling with fear. She really was an amazing sister. Even after learning she had an older sister, she never held a grudge and shared everything with me. Whenever people talked bad about me, she got angrier than I did and stood up for me right away. But I wasn't a good sister to her. I was wary Jay would harm me, but never thought he'd hurt Luna. Maybe deep down, I thought he wouldn't be so cruel, given they'd been siblings for over a decade, or perhaps I just didn't care about Luna, or worry about her safety enough. Mom rushed over, asking worriedly, Luna, how did she get hurt? Jay spoke up first. Mom, Luna was beaten up in the equipment room. She's bruised all over with a serious head injury. Doctors say she's out of danger. Mom held Luna's hand, tears streaming down. How could this happen at school? She's never faced any hardship. She'd cry when she got a scraped knee. I comforted her. Mom, the police are on it. Mom finally noticed me. Maya, why are your clothes all wet? Were you bullied too? I didn't know how to answer. Jay suddenly noticed me. Maya, why are your clothes all wet? Were you bullied too? I didn't know how to answer. Jay suddenly asked me, Maya, Luna texted you when she got locked in. Why didn't you go save her? If you went earlier, she might not have gotten hurt so bad. I glared back. Jay, you're really clueless. I don't know what you're referring to. I had no proof, nor did I know if he was involved. Mom, I was locked in the restroom. Someone dumped water on me. By the time I got her message, it was too late. Mom looked at Luna, then at me. She didn't scold me. Instead, she gently patted my head. Don't worry, dear. Mom and Dad will make sure whoever hurt you pays for it. My eyes welled up, and I couldn't stop crying. Finally, I felt a true sense of being part of a family. Having been independent all my life, I never really cared about family bonds. Even after going back to Maya's house, I just saw it as a battlefield. I was always thinking about how to get more benefits for myself. Dad, Mom, little sister. They all felt like strangers to me, not family. Jay played his mind games, so I figured I'd play along. Everyone else at Maya's was just a tool for my benefit. But seeing Luna lying there, I suddenly felt like I messed up. I should have told my parents about Jay beforehand, at least to let them be on guard. Mom, I'm sorry. She reached out to wipe my tears. Why are you crying? It's not your fault. The ones who hurt Luna were high school freshmen. The police interrogated them, and they all insisted I was behind it. In the hospital hallway, Jay accused me righteously. Maya, even if the Maya family owes you, if you're upset, target me. Why hurt Luna? Jealous of her or what? She's been good to you. I ignored him and turned to Mom, explaining, Mom, it wasn't me. She patted my hand. Mom believes you. Dad is already looking into this with the school. Jay, don't blame your sister without evidence. Ever since Maya came back, she's been in constant competition with Luna, outscoring her, making Dad scold Luna, even fighting over dresses. Outsiders say Maya can't match Luna, so she holds a grudge. Jay said, "Are you out of your mind?" I snapped, "Luna and I have always been cool. You took her dress and gave it to me on purpose." Suddenly there was crying from the room. Luna was awake. "Mom, it hurts so much," she whimpered. Mom soothed her gently. Dad showed up too. The monitoring only caught those students, who all claimed I was behind it. "Maya, anything to say?" Jay questioned. All fingers pointed at me. I had no proof to clear my name. Then Luna spoke weakly. "It definitely wasn't my sister." Jay frowned. "Luna, you're too naive and getting bullied because of it." "Shut up. Could you take my words seriously for once?" I said it wasn't my sister. Jay didn't expect Luna to believe me. Our parents supported me as well. Those kids must be trying to dodge blame by involving Maya, hoping the Maya family would let them off. Luna wouldn't provoke anyone. Why would they hurt her otherwise? Jay persisted. "Brother, they bully me not because I wronged them, but because they are bad," Luna retorted, rolling her eyes. It seemed complicated, but as long as my family believed me, others' accusations didn't matter. It was just me and Luna in the room now. "Thank you, Luna." She tried to play it cool. "It wasn't your fault. I know you didn't do it." "Do you know who did?" I asked. She went silent and eventually nodded. "I heard them on a call." She had heard Jay's voice and reached out for my help. "Why didn't you speak up?" I asked. Luna shook her head. After all, it was an older brother she lived with for so many years. Her heart softened. "I was wrong to paint her as a wicked side character. The only wicked one here is Jay. After this, he'll no longer be my brother." Jay lingered in the hallway. "You're disgusting," I said. "Hate me all you want, but Luna's been your sister for so long, and you still did this to her." He tilted his head, looking smug. "What are you talking about? I didn't do a thing." Jay was careful, wary of being recorded. The college entrance exams were around the corner. Jay and I went back to school. Leo seemed worried about me running into trouble. He accompanied me everywhere. Meals, the store, even when I went to the bathroom, he waited outside. I stood at the doorway, helpless, wanting him to come in with me. He was shocked. "What? I'm just worried you'll get locked in or something." "Having someone wait while you pee is pretty awkward." "Want me to join you to the exam hall?" he asked on exam day. Why? I was anxious. "You're a top student. Maybe I can get some good vibes." "No thanks. My parents are taking me." I declined. Ever since Luna was hospitalized, they've been on edge. "Worried about me too. Can you wait a bit after? I want to catch some study luck from you." On exam day, Mom and Dad drove Jay and me to the exam hall. Jay didn't have a chance to mess around, just went straight in. But Leo stayed at the entrance like he was waiting. "Quick, give me your hand," he insisted. I didn't budge. He didn't mind, laid a hand on my arm, feeling up and down till he practically rolled up my sleeve. "May the exam gods bless you. What a weirdo!" He pulled a pack of cookies from his pocket, handing them to me. "Good luck, big shot," just like the first time I met him, giving me cookies. I ate those first ones long ago, but this pack, I didn't trust them. Watched Leo walk away. I went back to the car, gave the cookies to my parents, told them to get them tested. The exams ended smoothly. At the Parker family mansion, my parents seriously called Jay and me together. A lab report lay on the table. Those cookies had laxatives. If I had eaten them, it would have messed up my exams. When I first met Leo, I thought he was interesting. He was overly friendly, but I stayed cool. He backed off. We became decent classmates, but I've always been cautious, never fully trusting anyone, not even newly found family, let alone a classmate. Leo is an illegitimate child of the Hamilton family, but everyone thinks he's the youngest son of Mrs. Hamilton. The Hamiltons didn't want a scandal, so they kept it a big secret. Out in the world, Leo was the spoiled little prince. But at home, he had no real status, and his older brother overshadowed him. Except for his real dad, nobody cared about him much. Deals between men often need women to pay the price. Leo was sent by Jay to get close to me and set me up when the time was right. He's the same guy who locked me in the bathroom last time. Jay defended himself against his dad's accusations. Dad, it wasn't me. I checked it out, and you do have connections with that kid from the Hamilton family, but that doesn't mean I ordered it. Jay wouldn't admit anything. Mom took a deep breath and asked, "You won't admit to this? How about Luna's incident?" What? You bribed those people and got Luna beaten into the hospital. Luna might be forgiving, but I'm not. After getting back from the hospital, I laid it all out for my parents about Jay's true intentions. They couldn't take just my word for it, even though they were worried enough to not fully trust him. All of Jay's money intentions. They couldn't take just my word for it, even though they were worried enough to not fully trust him. All of Jay's money came from the Parker family. When Dad checked, he found Jay had transferred some money to those guys' families. Dad, I really didn't do it. You have to believe me. Even with evidence in front of him, Jay wouldn't confess. Dad said gravely, "Whether it's you or not doesn't matter anymore. Considering our many years together, we're not going to hold you accountable. But you're an adult now. We aren't obligated to support you anymore. Leave?" Jay was stunned. "After all these years of calling you my parents, you're really cutting me off. Is it because I'm not your biological child? You just care about blood, not about love." He pointed at me. "She's known you for how long? And she's more important than a son you raised for over a decade." Our parents said nothing, just had his things packed and showed him out. Still, they softened a little and transferred enough money for Jay to last till he finishes college. Back in my room, Leo called me. "Maya, can you meet me?" He sounded weak and scared. "What's up?" "I'm sorry. If that's it, I'm hanging up." "Maya, I messed up. I shouldn't have lied. Can you ask your parents to let me off the hook?" My parents told the Hamilton family about Leo drugging me. Leo was never like there. And now it's even worse. "Leo, you crossed me first. I'm someone who holds a grudge." I hung up and blocked him. When Luna was released from the hospital, my parents booked a restaurant to celebrate. She noticed Jay wasn't there but didn't ask questions, though results weren't out yet. Dad transferred 5% of the shares to me. "What about me?" Luna asked. "If you pass your art exam, I'll give you shares too." "Okay then. Happy ending, right?" You guys ever notice the evil female sidekicks are always trying to frame others, like pushing the main girl down the stairs? Why don't the evil guys do that kind of stuff? Exactly, didn't Jay have Luna beaten up to frame Maya? He doesn't use methods that hurt himself because he's too selfish for that. Ladies, take care of yourselves. After that day, there were no more comments. I figured it was a good sign, like life was finally getting normal again. That summer, Luna and I went shopping and got our nails done. On the way back, we hailed a taxi. Didn't expect to get kidnapped just like that. I passed out in the car and woke up to find myself tied up in some remote place. Standing nearby was a middle-aged man, a kidnapper. "Who are you? My family has money, you can." "Shut up," he snarled. "Did Jay send you?" He kicked me and waved a knife around. "One more word and I'll kill you now." I went quiet. Luna woke up and started crying. "Don't cry," I tried reassuring her. "Sis, I'm scared." "Don't be scared. My legs are aching. Tough it out." Eventually, I managed to activate a tracker on my bracelet. The kidnapper was on a call. 5 million to save one person. Deposit it into the account I sent you. He's got some nerve. My parents tracked us down and arrived quickly. 10 million has been sent. Let my daughter go. The man smirked. Too late. 10 million saves only one. Choose one. He moved the knife between Luna and me, taunting us. Will you choose the daughter you raised for years or the one you just found? Luna didn't dare move, afraid of getting her throat slit. Dad shouted, I'll wire more money. Another 10 million right now, the man laughed. I don't want money, I want life, and you only get to save one. Such a ridiculous choice. We can give you more. How much do you want? Let both my daughters go. Mom was crying now. Why kidnap if you don't want money? Yeah, what else could he want? If he only lets one go, what happens to the other? Kill them. But killing means he won't get away either, unless he's not planning on surviving. Taking one of us down with him. What's he really after? Dad, Mom, save Luna first. Luna is timid and not very strong. I have a better chance of surviving if I stay. My parents were torn, unable to choose. I told the man, let my sister go, I'll stay. As I fantasized about heroically sacrificing myself, I missed one thing. Real life isn't like a novel. In real life, there are cops. Just when a guy raised a knife to take me out, a cop from the shadows took him down. Luna fainted right there from the shock. The police figured everything out. The kidnapper was Jay's biological father. Ever since I was found and brought back to the Parker family, my parents had been looking into what happened all those years ago. On the day the earthquake hit, besides my mom, there were 3 other pregnant women giving birth. 2 were just fine, but the last one was never found. That woman was Jay's biological mother. Back then, they saw my mom dressed well and came up with a nasty plan to switch the babies. But then they didn't want to raise me, so they abandoned me. Jay probably reunited with them a while ago. After leaving the Parkers, Jay got used to the lavish lifestyle but couldn't keep up with his own cash. They cooked up this kidnapping scheme, not just to get money, but to kill me out of spite. 2 months later, Jay and his biological mom, who had been on the run, were caught. So now the 3 of them are reunited in prison. Lately, Luna's been all into these dramatic TV shows. She suddenly had this thought. Sis, do you think there's a chance we might fall for the same guy someday? I was like, are you dating already? No, it's just hypothetical. She kept on with it. What if we do like the same person? What then? I sighed. Remember that dress you have worth over $800K? She nodded. Remember this, anything that could mess up our sisterhood isn't worth it.